My name is Eric Shabazz, and you're listening to the Invisible Hand Podcast. The world's ran by human nature, self-interest, and power. Let's get into it. Eric Shabazz, Invisible Hand Podcast. Today I want to talk about something very interesting that I had a realization about, and it's about YouTube and what's happening with the internet and social media. And I personally believe that YouTube is becoming the enemy of free thinking. I was riding in my car today and I was thinking about a video I watched by Jordan Peterson. He was basically telling his ideals that he have about Islam to Muslims. And he kind of made this video that many thought was condescending. He was basically kind of in many ways chastising Muslims to basically quit their squabbling amongst themselves and reach out to other religions like Christianity and basically the Jews, and basically say, put your grievances down, and if you really want to live by religious principles, then you'll find a way to connect with others. And a lot of people felt that it was condescending, and it really, when I thought about what he'd done and myself driving in my car, I realized that YouTube is quickly becoming basically an epidemic of people not thinking for themselves. And here's some of the reasons I have for this. When I was riding in my car, I've watched so many videos about insight and people's opinions on why things are and their philosophies on how to get through life. And when I was in the car, I couldn't remember any of them, right? And if I go to YouTube and I watch another video, I'll remember the ideal, but eventually it would fade away into oblivion over time. And the only truth that I really had was when I was driving in that car, I had my experiences that I experienced in life and the things that kept coming back as themes in my life that was the truth. And for me, I realized the truth should be self-evident. And so what I mean by that, when I use the word truth, I'm not talking about objective truth like gravity exists, or if you jump off, a 100-story building, you're gonna die, right? That's objectively probably true. I'm talking about truth in the sense of your own ideals that are true to you based on your own experience that has revealed it to you, which is self-evident. And I started to realize that all of these advices and insights and perspectives that other people are giving on YouTube, there's over 800 million videos on YouTube. And I would argue that a significant percentage of them, 10% of them, are basically opinion videos where people are talking to the camera, giving their reaction to videos, talking about their opinion about things happening in the news. And what I'm quickly realizing is a lot of people today are not going to YouTube to refine their opinions. They're going to YouTube to hear other people's opinion in order for them to form their own. And I think that this is very dangerous because what's happening is on a massive scale, specifically in the United States and centered on YouTube, is a giant groupthink. You're seeing videos go viral because some guy said a particular idea or opinion, and then other people watch that video and agree with it and form their opinion similar to theirs. And then slowly they think that they're getting smarter, but actually they're just being influenced by others. You hear this popular term in society that people always repeat no matter who you think, who you talk to, and they always say, I don't care what other people think. But the data shows otherwise. For instance, on YouTube, there is a tremendous popularity to watching reaction videos. What is a reaction video? A reaction video is taking the news or a piece of video that went viral and listening to other people's thoughts and opinions about it. What are you actually doing? What you're actually doing is allowing other people to influence your own opinions about the same topic instead of informing your own opinion. Now, keep in mind, I'm not making this video to say you should not seek advice, knowledge, and insight on YouTube. I'm just telling you as a warning to understand that your goal is to be a free thinker, or it's probably in your best interest to be a free thinker because the ideals you have to live out in the world, you're going to pay the consequence for those ideals. And those ideals that are self-evident in your life based on your experience and how you have lived are the ideals that will have the most power for you. And a lot of us are running around living out false ideals that are not actually true for us. Give you an example. how popular the manosphere is, and all these ideals about women and what a man is and what a woman can't do, etc. I'm not saying a lot of those ideals are not true, but are they self-evident to who you are and how your life actually played out? So you have a lot of people gravitating toward these ideals and running around trying to base their life or present themselves based on ideals that are not actually true for them. Many of these ideals that they're trying to live their life on are not ideals that they actually formulated or came up with themselves. There was no truth. There was no experience. There was no eureka moment that led them to these ideals that have the strength to transform them and let them become something new. A lot of these ideals we're adopting from other people. Many of these people may not even be telling you their own ideals. And another issue is on YouTube, I think that there's a lack of original thinking and original ideals. Typical YouTubers are searching YouTube or watching other videos of other people's opinion, writing them down, and then making their own videos, professing that these are their own ideals, not deeply investigating them, not critiquing them, but merely regurgitating them for the sake of views. And I think that this is why social media, specifically YouTube, is becoming the anti-free thinker. If you're constantly watching videos and reactions on everything that happened in order to hear other people's interpretations, when are you truly forming your own? And that's what I had to realize today. Not to say a lot of these insights and ideals and shared reactions are not true, but are they true for you? And that's the thing that I want to bring up to people, because that's what I have realized, that a lot of these ideals are true or may make sense or may have statistics behind them, but they have no value to me unless I can manifest them or connect them with something real in my life. Merely adopting ideals with no meaning or experience or impact behind them does you no good. It's just basic mental masturbation. So I would like to challenge everybody, but specifically myself, to start trying to give my own ideals. And I see this specifically myself as a YouTuber. What I end up doing is when I want to speak on a topic, I go read a whole bunch of articles to make sure I have the historical fact. Then I watch other videos on other people's opinions and interpretations about what I want to speak about. And a lot of times, out of the worry of being wrong or not being accurate, I change my ideals to align with whatever data source I found, instead of giving my true thoughts and original ideals based on my experience or perception of the world. And I think a lot of YouTubers do that when they make these videos. They want to be right. They want to make sure there's no holes in their argument. But are we really giving any original thought? When Newton figured out gravity, or when Einstein came up with the theory of relativity, he didn't base his ideals off of previous ideals, even though he did investigate those ideals. Many times new ideals and new discoveries come from willing to part with the beaten path. So original thinking is not necessarily following up with statistics, watching other people's videos and falling in line. It's about talking about what's true from your unique perspective in life. Yes, we are all the same, but the dynamics and randomness of life gives us all a unique vantage point. So that's all I really wanted to say. Basically what I'm saying is, you can watch these videos, but be careful. They are slowly infecting your mind. And really challenge yourself to say, do I have anything unique? Do I have a unique thought about anything that's not based on me watching other people's thoughts, watching old articles and videos about what other people said? And am I trying to adopt ideals that really don't fit how my life has actually played out, and then find out later that I cannot adopt these ideals and I fail in life because these are not your ideals? They have no meaning and value, and they're not self-evident based on your history and experience in life. So I just wanted to make that video because that's some of the things that I'm starting to notice right now. And I do really believe that this is becoming a problem, not just on social media, but even on the internet before YouTube was popular, all these articles and things like that. But I do believe it's a significant bigger problem today, given that the average everyday person who's probably not necessarily as astute to read books and history and things like that, they're more likely, because it's easier, instead of reading an article that's well researched with sources that may be more credible, they're quicker to say, hey, I want it cheap, easy, fast, and entertaining. So they're quicker to jump on YouTube and listen to somebody's opinion about a topic and listen to them basically make paraphrase claims on historical fact. And you think you're getting good information, but a lot of times you're getting incomplete, unsourced, and screwed information by YouTube creators who are not really doing all their research or may not even have any good insight. They may be regurgitating other people's insight and destroying the core of it by not delivering it in its fullest. So I do believe that YouTube is causing this, and the reason that it's causing this is just because of human nature. It's human nature to want to do what's easy, and it's a lot easier to watch a YouTube video of somebody talk about the facts that he read instead of going and read the original source paper that's written by maybe an academic that had a sample size where it's hard to read, it's complicated, you have to parse through the language. It takes a lot more work, and you have to dedicate a lot more to yourself to engage that intellectual framework than to listen to some other guy who supposedly did it for you, who's likely just skimmed through it himself, and you're not really getting the advice that you think you're getting. My name is Eric Shabazz. This has been the Invisible Hand Podcast. Peace.
The future of legal betting is finally here. Place a bet using Bitcoin right over the phone. Unlike traditional gambling sites, every bet you make with us is guaranteed a 50% probability of winning. All of our bets are one-on-one against a real person and never the house. We offer some of the most unique bets in the industry. Bets like, will LeBron James win his 5th NBA title? Will Joe Biden be elected for a second term? Will Tesla be worth $1 trillion by the end of 2022? You can bet on if it'll rain tomorrow. You can literally bet on any future event. Text the phrase I bet to the number in the description, and I'll reply back with all of our available bets. Again, text the phrase I bet to the number in the description, and I'll reply back with all of our available bets today.